everybody, it's the item crafter Carly, and I just wanted to do a Flosstube update today to show you what I've been working on, where I'm at with my projects, and then I wanted to introduce my kitties today. So let's get on to it. So to begin with, I'm really excited, but we have finished our first big project. Isn't she beautiful? This took me forever, and if you've been following my YouTube videos, you saw that I have finished this finally in my latest one. So I think I'm going to keep this one in the hoop because I really pushed my edges with this, and because I wanted to keep it really round and really like in the hoop for this. And I might change it to a different hoop, but honestly, the light wood is really goes with it, just because it's especially the lighter sky here. As this was like my first full cover project, I learned a lot. I learned kind of which direction I like to go with my stitches. I learned like what number of strands, how do I like to start, how do I like to finish, difficulties and things, so I'll kind of go through that. So I learned that I like to go this way, and I like to start from the bottom and go up. So for me, that means like I get to insert the needle in the fabric and go into the already stitched X's, if that makes sense. So instead of coming up from an X and going into the fabric, if you were to go from like top to bottom. And yeah, so I thought that was easier. It helped me not pull floss out that I've already put into the project. I did that a few times in my beginning stitches, and that really irritated me. So I learned that. I learned that when you get closer to the hoop, it's really hard to finish. So I had to kind of like tape my strands away from where I was continuing, or I would pull those end strands back through, and that was another thing I experienced, especially in like my beginning area here. You can't really see it on the camera, the like snags, but yeah. And I also learned, and I'll show you in a new project that I started, that as much as counting an easy project is fine, when I'm not paying attention, I'll just go off randomly. And I tend to zone in when I'm doing a project, especially the one I'm filming. So counting really isn't an option. I like to then spend a little bit of extra time in the beginning to map out my project, and I'll show you what I mean in a different one. But this one turned out really nice. I'm really proud of it. I like it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe just hang it on this wall. That could be good. Little background for these videos. So that's that. I say I have an update for this embroidery one. I have almost finished all the outlines. I just need to do like these little triangle things here, which I've started up there or here, if you can see, camera settings and blah blah blah. So yeah, I just started doing these triangles here. I was thinking I would do all the outlines, take away this solvy material, and then do my satin stitch. I've seen a lot of people, when they do a satin stitch over top of this material, it loosens it once they soak. So I thought I would try to do all my outlines, since I had the option to do so, and then take away the fabric, fill it in after, just so that my satin stitches remain like really tight, because I would hate to do all this work and have it loosen. That would throw me off a cliff, you know? So we're gonna try that. So that'll be in our next video, an update on this one. And some exciting things. I have a bunch of WIPS now because I decided to try my hand at designing some patterns, and playing around with those free picture to cross stitch websites. Which website do you use? I use Floss at the moment. It's really great for what it is. You just download an image in, it'll like put it through their program, and then you can kind of tweak it as you go, change the size, change the colors, all that sort of thing. And I really liked it. So I started this one. I thought I'd do my first words, and I really thought this was funny. You know, and it's such a cute colors on a black background. It's kind of like Barbie pink and blue. And it's just going to be really simple. Just my first one that I created. I really like it. So that's that. And you can see that I have penned in the design, so I don't have to count while I stitch. So I do a lot of my heavy counting and planning beforehand so that I can just kind of zone out, relax, fill in my stitching, and go from there. It's just so much easier for me personally because I just counting, you know. I'm not very good at it. I find I make a lot of mistakes when I'm counting as I go, as opposed to this. So this is what I've done. And then as far as another pattern I created two more that I'll show you. I haven't started them on like a piece yet, but I can show you the picture. I think that's kind of great. So I'll show you this one. This one. It's I think it'll be great. It's kind of self-explanatory. I designed this for a sticker or like a t-shirt design a while ago. Because I don't know, seasonal depression. It's so funny. No, it just came to me and I thought it was great. So I'm gonna try to make it into a cross stitch. Just why not? And then I have this one. This was the first one I tried to put into the program to see kind of like how detailed can I get it without making it absolutely huge. This one will be a bigger one. It's like a 200 by 200, which is a little crazy, but I like to make big patterns, I guess. But this is from a video game. This is one of my favorite like weapons from the game, and I thought it'd be really cool to have that as like a piece of art on my wall. And I'll probably do this one in like an 18 or higher count Ada, which I've never done before, but I figured that will help downsize it a little bit, but it would also be fun to kind of experiment with that sizing and see what that looks like in the end. So I have that. And then for my current piece that I've started that I'm going to be doing on YouTube, my next cross-stitch project, which I showed you last Flosstube, which was the this one. So I have it all planned out now, and like I said, I do like to draw on the fabric. It's just a black pen. I know I'm gonna cover it with the floss once I get it going, so I don't mind the ink on the fabric. And this one is an 18 count Ada, so it'll be my first time doing the smaller Ada. I'm excited to see how that goes, and it'll be really nice. And I'm using this it's Pine Mist by Charles Craft fabric. It was one of the fabrics that I received, like I got at the garage sale. So that was really good, and I like the color, especially for this one, as it is she's kind of like a natural character. She's in a forest character in the movie that she's from, which is Princess Mononoke. If you don't know, it's a great Studio Ghibli film. You should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's good for all ages. I mean, maybe like it does have some heavier themes and a little bit of violence. So I maybe not young kids, but if you have like maybe kids 7 and up, they would be okay with this film. But it's a beautiful film. Any Studio Ghibli film is beautiful. If you don't know that, you should check them out. They're on Netflix. But yeah, this one's exciting. I'll start this one on YouTube now, and it'll be great. And that's my project so far, and things I've been designing, and I've been having a lot of fun just getting things going, and hopefully we'll be seeing some new patterns next time I come in here. I'll probably start a few new projects because, you know, it's always good to play around while we're doing things. And I wanted to also show you this box my husband had. It's from, I don't really remember where it's from, but it's metal, and you can attach magnets to it, and it just has like a safety open where I can keep my needles when I'm not using them, so I don't lose them, or my cats don't get to them, and it's really secure because, like, they don't fall out. It's hard to open because you need to push both of these buttons, and again, magnets on the bottom, so I can attach it to my desk, which is magnetic, or my stand, which has little pieces of metal on it. And that's really exciting. So I just wanted to show that. It was really great, but my husband made that for me, and I think it's awesome. Okay, so I guess since, again, I've rambled so quickly, I really gotta figure that out. I'll show you my little mischief-making babies. So first, I'll start with Gyoza, who is 3, and he's right here with me in his banana bed. He's just always, he likes to stay with me a lot of the time, and he's in a lot of my YouTube videos because of that. He likes to be around, and is less independent as Turnip. But I will grab him and piss him off. That's okay. All right. This is Gyoza. Oh, yeah. You want to show the world your beautifulness? There. That's better. This is Gyoza. He's a long boy, and he's probably upset that I picked him out of his banana, but I wanted to show him to the world. I adopted him out of it wasn't the Humane Society, it was another cat rescue when he was a kitten, and he's been causing crazy mischief ever since in our household. He likes to yell at walls, and you usually hear him in these videos screaming. He was the one who screamed in the last video, so he does that. He's the one who eats my floss and dangerously almost ate a needle, which was traumatizing. So I will now bring Turnip over, and we'll show you him. So 1 second. Okay. I got Turnip. He's grumpy because he doesn't like when I do this. He's my old man. He turns 5 this year. He's a long, lanky boy. Oh, it goes forever. And he's independent most of the time, so he doesn't always like to be in the videos, but he's a lot calmer than Gyoza. He's older, but he's still mischief. What do you think? We're done? Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's all I've got going on, and I'm really excited again. I'm always excited to finish my project, especially the ones that I've designed, and see where those go. And maybe if they turn out really nice, I'll post the patterns, and everyone can take a crack at them if they think they're something they want to put in their house or just for fun. But yeah. Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys have a really good day.